Hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Das Kapital. You can call me Kyle. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to get a little bit odd, a little bit different. I don't know if you've ever been served ads that you don't really understand when you're on Instagram, maybe Twitter, any social media really. Often enough, it's for an app, maybe it's for a news article, or it's something, trying to link you to a different website. Sometimes you get those really odd moments where like a private person has maybe sponsored their Instagram post or sponsored their Twitter account. And often enough, people ignore it, you just kind of move past it. But sometimes you find really, really interesting things. And I got sucked into a rabbit hole a few weeks back. And that's what I want to talk about today. Discovering possibly the most avant-garde and yet also most dedicated musician I've ever seen in my life. Now, for sure, there are going to be some odd moments that you're about to see, and yes, there is some humor in those odd moments, but I am not doing this to single anybody out. Please do not go and harass this guy. If you enjoy what you see, might I suggest going to support him, possibly buying a t-shirt. We'll get into this in a moment. For now, let me get you up to speed. I was scrolling through Twitter and I got a sponsored post from this band, but it's a band that is a individual. This is it, Japor, or Japor Page. I'm going to call him Japor from now on. I'm a brand new band. I started in August of 2012. I'm mainly alternative country, pop, punk, and rock oriented. The tweets are really what caught me off guard. Japor, we trust you like our music. We appreciate explaining what made you follow us. We advise target of our pages to promote our brand. It's very clear what's going on. We are listening to Japor. We advise music is Japor. We advise success is Japor. We have Sun God this morning. It seems really odd and strange until you scroll back several months and realize that this is just how the account has always been. No engagement whatsoever, just tweeting into the abyss. But while scrolling through these tweets that seemingly made no sense and were just kind of repetitions of each other, the one constant amongst all of them was a link. And here's what you're greeted with when you click onto the website. There's a banner, there's the word, the band name, Japor, a photo of him, a link to some of their music here, as well as a little write-up. And what you're going to notice is that the write-up is in sort of ascending order of size. Every time he writes, or they write, every following sentence is slightly longer than the last. It's a kind of weird detail to pick up on now, but you're going to see that it's across everything that Japor does, and I find it really unnerving for some reason. We are an amazing band called Japor. We are located in London, United Kingdom. We truly welcome you to our beautiful website. We request you to listen and buy our amazing music. We would love to receive all of your comments and reviews. We would be grateful spreading the word far and wide about us. Well, I'm here, and let's try that out. Let's see how that goes. Now that you've heard how the man describes himself, maybe you're interested to see how he looks. And he's provided very, very graciously. There is a photographs tab. And here he is, styling it out across several promotional photos. Just casual, somewhere between kind of dad and bad. Love it. But at the same time, as much as he looks like he would very happily have a conversation with you about, better practices involving your own money, he also just exhibits massive dick energy. Like, look at this outfit. Look at this power stance. This man who makes incredibly experimental, weird music and tweets into the void, pulling off looks, just stunting on him. I aspire to this level of just big energy. It's unreal. I think the best way of representing this man's confidence is clicking onto the donate page. Japor band music, different, original, unique. Summary: we need funding to promote our great band and music on blogs, magazines, newspapers, podcasts, radio, social media, television, etc. I completely get it. PR is one of the most expensive parts of releasing music. Whether you have an agency on retainer, whether you're doing it on a project-by-project basis, it costs a lot of money to get your music in front of people. We use the drums and guitars as instruments. Who's we is what I need to know. Where is he keeping the rest of the members of his band? And you're thinking, okay, how much money could someone possibly need to crowdfund a project like this? Let's see. How do we feel about £1,000? No? More? Okay. What about £10,000? Okay, sure. Why ask for that when we could look for £30,000. He actually managed to get £273 out of that, like respect to him for that one. No, not enough. All right. £1 million. No, my friend, no. I need £5 million to promote my band on podcasts and social media. Well, it's working. I got his ad. Now, what music could possibly be so good that it needs £5 million to promote? I'm not even sure I'm qualified enough to show this to you, because I've tried dissecting this music. I've read through the comment sections. I've done everything, and I can't really understand it myself. If you go on his website, all 52 odd tracks of his are there. You can buy them for 99 cents, just straight up off the website. You can stream them there. A lot of his stuff has a theme that he then kind of does an alternate mix on as well. So there'll be Battle of Independence, guitar instrumental. Maybe that's not enough for you. Maybe you want Battle of Independence remix, guitar instrumental. And maybe you need more drums with your guitar, so you want Battle of Independence remix, guitar drum instrumental, and other such fantastic classics. If you want to get a really good feel for Japor's music, the best place to do that is through their YouTube channel. You can get a link to that on their website. You'll find that most of their music was from 7 years ago. Their most recent release is from 2 years ago, with their previous release before that from 4 years ago. Why am I getting sponsored posts for a band that hasn't released music in 2 years? Is this guy just so beyond the release cycle that he can make what he wants and just promotes it? Or is he promoting himself? Is he a simulation? Is he a real person? I don't know. I found his phone number and his email. I'm a little bit afraid to get in contact. What does his music sound like, you ask? Let's take a listen to The Policeman Guitar Drum Instrumental, which was released 3 years after The Policeman. I don't know what this is. I haven't altered this audio. This is The Policeman Guitar Drum Instrumental. This is so beyond my scope as a musician and a producer. I want to make it abundantly clear that I am not insulting this, because I do not have the brain power to fully understand what I am listening to. I know when I am defeated, and now is such a time. This whole journey that I took has answered so few questions. I have spent weeks looking at this guy's social media and listening to his music, trying to understand what I'm looking at and listening to, and who the target demographic is. And I just can't. Now, as much as I want to play you all of his music, or the band, they, it, them, the conglomerate, the hive mind, I also do want you to go and discover it for yourself. So maybe now that you've checked out all of their music, you're a massive Japor fan. You've booked yourself a digital ticket to one of their upcoming gigs, and you want to know where you can get some absolutely killer merchandise. If you head back to their website and you click under the store tab, you will find one of the single greatest t-shirts I've ever seen in my life. It's Japor and www.japorwebsite.com. To be that fucking sure of yourself that you're like, I'm gonna put my website that you bought the t-shirt on the front of the fucking shirt. And he doesn't even care. It's just, how much would you pay for this t-shirt? I don't know, what seems reasonable to you. $25, $35. How's $50 US for this masterpiece? I've tried buying it, by the way. I tried clicking through. I put in a fake address. There's no shipping costs. I'm very worried that this is, in fact, possibly a scam run by an AI. I can't tell anymore. If you want to go ahead and buy yourself one of these absolute units of a t-shirt, please do, and send me the results. Let me know how it goes. I need to see this thing in real life. Obviously, looking at this t-shirt, you can tell that this band or this man or this sentient program has a keen eye for balance and aesthetics. And if you want to see more of that explored, you can actually head to the Japor Instagram, which is Japor page. Here is all of the art, screaming into the void. No comments, nothing. If you want to see the art in its optimum form, I would say go on Pinterest. You can look up Japor paintings. All of them are basically somehow separated into two layers, almost of the canvas and a lot of the print that's on top. It's really interesting to look at, but the titles concern me. Starting as simply with We Japor, but we get into weird territory with We Love Roses in Silver Lakes. We are Japor. We are King Ronald III. We love thy Vimchules. Ah, yes. My Vimchules. We are just raw talent. We are beautiful hunk. We know everything. It gets threatening, it gets weird, and it makes me question whether all of this is just someone who is incredibly committed to their art, or if I'm looking at some sort of weird project that is partially made by a person and partially automated. The reason this gets so confusing for me is that there are people that seem to genuinely engage with him. The final bit of his website that I looked into was his guest book. And Dan, again, not from London, that's worrying and weird in itself. The profile picture on Kickstarter looks nice. The one with the denim jacket, relaxed, better than the purple picture. Dear Dan, thanks, Japor. João de Almeida from Portugal says, it continuously questions the listener's understanding and preconceptions of art at such a fundamental level that it inevitably leads to the shattering of one's sense of state of the art itself. Japor's music is a tantalizing and provocative statement. Dear João de Almeida, thanks, Japor. Joe from Lancaster says, this website has helped me achieve inner peace. I cannot disagree more, Joe. This website has thrown my whole life into disarray. I do not understand what I am looking at. I do not know what I am listening to. I cannot make heads or tails of any of this. Probably the most profound and boundary-shattering arrangements I have ever heard. The raw power of these recordings should be enough to redefine music all the world over. Dear Rob, thanks, Japor. And Axel says, hey, make more stuff. And you know what? Japor, please, make more stuff. This has been one of the most interesting deep dives into whatever the art is over the last few weeks. I have no idea what's going on. I am not sure whether I should be afraid or inspired. I don't know whether I am about to have my computer turned into a Bitcoin mining rig, or if I am witnessing the reinvention of art itself. And you know what? I feel like that's probably exactly the point. And that just about does it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like what you saw, or if you're slightly confused, why not go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. More videos every single Friday. Go and just click that little bell, turn on that little notification thing, and you get to know what I'm doing as it happens. If you want to get early access to everything that I make, whether it be my music or my videos, you can head to my Patreon and subscribe. The link is in my description. Otherwise, you can follow me on any of my social media. Links are also in the description. As always, remember, until I speak to you, see you, or hear from you next, all I need you to do is rave safe, stay hydrated, look after yourselves, and most importantly, those around you. And of course, I will chat to you soon. Peace. Who keeps the dream alive, my patrons? We've got Matthew and Tracy, she's new, and Simon. And then all the other people who don't pay me enough to get a mention, but your names get scrolled through the screen. You're so cool. Thank you very much. That is some good human music. That is, whew, man.